women who have been saved by abortions, this affects me in a personal level because women don't have access to health care if they're poor, if they're people of color, or if they're part of the LGBTQ community. And we as a society need to stand up for the people that don't have access to these human rights.
This is really important, and it's making me really upset that something like this has been overturned after 50 years of being in place, and I just feel really unsafe for my future and the future of other people, even seeing moms who around their own kids. Yeah, it's just really upsetting.
I think the timing of this with Pride weekend isn't missed by anyone. We understand that this is the beginning of an unraveling of social justice and progressive legislation that Obama was able to pass, as was Clinton. So I think we're in for a long fight, and people need to pace themselves.
In 1989, I belonged to the group called ACT UP, which was demonstrating about AIDS, and specifically about the Catholic Church's policies, especially about safe sex education, refusing to share it. And they were getting huge amounts of money from the city of New York. So we went to St. Patrick's Cathedral and demonstrated. And so this is 1989, 33 years ago.
Wow.
Same Catholic Church, just slightly different issues. There are 7 Catholic members of the U.S. Supreme Court. The United States is less than 20% Catholic. So that's what this is.
What does it feel like to be out here doing it again with the same sign?
I'm angry and frustrated, but I do think the country hasn't bottomed out yet. The country will bottom out. This is probably a turning point because there are a lot of conservative Republican women who are pro-choice. There are a lot. And there are a lot of swing voters that are. And this issue alone, and if it mobilizes people, not in New York City, but if it mobilizes people out where I'm from Nebraska. So
I personally know many people in my family and many of my friends whose lives were saved because of abortion, and I do not believe that abortion kills anything. In fact, it has saved many people, like I've stated. I don't believe we should be taking basic human rights away from women, and that the fact that the government protects the guns more than it protects our children, or our women, or our people of color, or our LGBTQ community. We're in solidarity with all of the minorities, and we are here to fight for our rights.
I'm a disabled woman, and I never thought today I'd wake up and I would lose my right to have an abortion if I become pregnant.
I took friends and I supported friends through abortions. When I had friends that were sexually assaulted right after getting off of work. I myself, when I was about 22 or 23 years old, was raped while I was living here in New York City. I was completely alone. I felt completely alone. In fact, I felt so alone that I had to take a pregnancy test in a public bathroom in Midtown Manhattan. And when I sat there waiting for what the result would be, all I could think was, thank God I have at least a choice. Thank God I could at least have the freedom to choose my destiny. I didn't know then, as I was waiting, that it would come up negative, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And that this is for all of us. This is not a women's rights issue. This is an issue for all of us.